if I'm a team captain facing up against Fall Guys in a BO1, I say that they're already 2-0, I'm going to run some cheese. I'm going to do something silly. I'm going to even like maybe invade or pick something just crazy that they can't respond to, or even in game play some cheese there. But hey, we'll just have to see as we do get into draft. Fall Guys on red side, like you said before.
It is Krug Killas on blue side. We'll be getting that fixed up. There it is already. First ban, Krug Killas bans the Mundo.
Yeah, I mean, hey, it is annoying. It seems very annoying game one. It is decently strong, especially if you don't have like a pocket pick to face off against it.
Yeah,
like a Gwen or even Camille are kind of the ones that I would think of off the top of my head. If you want to match tank v tank, might as well secure yourself a tank that can't be countered by Mundo or can't be stat checked.
Interesting play, banning the Nocturne. I'm not familiar with how strong Nocturne is in this current meta.
We've seen it a lot at Worlds, with Nocturne Orianna being a big pick, even though I have my own opinion of that. Also, in my opinion, it is a really cool, another like noob killer almost of if you are not experienced with playing against Nocturne, that global can really catch you off guard and punish a lot of mistakes, and accelerate games in a way that you can't really keep up with if you are not familiar with the way that Nocturne plays. So, you know, just keeping that off. It's the same thing like facing a good Twisted Fate or a good Galio, or Shen even. It's just another mini game that you have to play that, you know, just take it off the board so you don't have to deal with it.
Absolutely. They got Jin and the Nami. So trying to lock down a little bit of the bot lane, ban those out right now. So not a lot to be gained from that. Lulu countered.
I will say, okay, I was gonna bring that up. Yeah, the fact that Draven was banned every single game against the Fall Guys and they left it unpicked, they're just gonna pick it away. And interesting that they banned the Nami because I think they're trying to take away the Lucian Nami potential. A, you can still play Lucian Melio, which in my opinion is just a better duo anyway. And B, Draven is good into Lucian Nami. So a question mark for me, but it's going to be the Fall Guys going to be securing a Samira comp.
The Samira pick to me feels like Elijah saying, "Oh, you took my first pick away from me. Let me take my second."
Yeah, this feels very ego. This feels like it's personal now rather than like it being compositional. And there's the Nautilus as well. You know, Samira Nautilus, very popular. Samira Thresh is very interesting to me.
Thresh is pretty strong pretty much in any comp though. Having a hook and have stats on a tank. I always like picking a Thresh. Very quick Warwick and Braum.
I'm not gonna lie, admin. Yeah. Loving Krug Killas right now because I think Thresh with Samira is probably the worst support you can pick. I would rather have any other support than Thresh because Samira wants you to engage, find that hook, and engage with her and stay on the enemy support and just keep killing people. Thresh, yeah, he has the hook, and yeah, he has the peel. He's very versatile. He's a Swiss Army knife, but Samira doesn't want a Swiss Army knife. Samira wants someone to keep fighting with her, and Thresh can't really do that because of the way that they've changed him. He's a lot squishier now than you'd really expect, and so that's why you see things like the Rel, the Nautilus, a lot of knockups for Samira to play off of and make the team fight scrappy to allow Samira to really thrive, especially if you're facing off something like a Braum that's going to deny a lot of the things that Samira wants to play through.
Yeah, not being able to land does so it landing the Q still counts as counts as an ability hit even if it hits the shield. So it actually creates more of an area to hit with their Q. However, blocking the damage is the important part of that shield. Speaking of things he can block, Primordial Burst from the Veigar.
Yeah. Well, and also concussive blows can stop Samira really quick, especially as she's trying to hop in. As soon as you E in, you can just auto her, everyone else auto her, and she's gone. Especially when you have a Warwick and Draven. The ulti can cancel her ulti as well, and that slow is really annoying to find the follow-up of Samira. Gragas is an interesting pick because that kind of
That
also
pushes that
oh
ult
my
can push people away. Not
exactly and
It's
makes
rough with
Samira
Samira.
yeah not have a good time. But also Nefiri is going to be there's I can't keep up with this admin. There's we haven't even talked about the Warwick yet. There's still a
Yeah,
Warwick on my screen.
we were talking
What
before
the?
before the broadcast started how much I enjoy Warwick. We haven't even touched on it, and like all the bands coming through. This is crazy. We got a lot of dogs in this fight, and Cho'Gath. This is gonna be a fun game to watch, no matter what happens.
I don't think I've seen these 5 champions. There's three champions on my screen that I haven't seen in years. Warwick, Nefiri, Cho'Gath. I mean, hey, Samira doesn't really have targets to kill right now. I mean, maybe Nefiri, but she gets a pretty big shield and can kind of run away from Samira. From Samira. Draven can run away and actually play away from Samira decently well if he uses his stand aside well. And also on the side of Fall Guys, Gragas doesn't really. There's a mismatch of play styles. Gragas wants to kind of play burst and then like non-committal, and maybe like play for a pick of getting that casket open and tossing someone towards his team. Veigar doesn't really want to go forward at all. He kind of wants to kind of lean back, play his range, play his cage, and play his rotations. Yeah. But Samira and Aatrox, they just want to go in. They just want to go in. And Thresh doesn't want to really do that either. So a lot less of an easy draft to play compared to previously here, admin.
Yeah, so it's it's gonna be interesting to see just what Elijah does on the Samira in the early game, and then how they're able to transition, because we've doubted the Fall Guys before. So it's gonna be interesting to see what they do to it's not even a kill lane like they had before. Like you want to scale kind of relatively normally with that composition. I'm trying to figure out what to think about it, and I'm not coming up with anything just yet.
And for me, I'm just gonna go back to the support pick. Like,
yeah,
just if you just look at Fall Guys' comp, imagine if that was a rel. Like, how insane would that be, especially against Krug Killer's comp? How insane would that be if it was a rel, or even like a Rakan, or something dedicated to engage? Fall Guys right now does not have a dedicated engage tool. They don't have a go button. They don't have okay, this is it. It's playing off of Veigar cage, playing off of a Thresh hook, playing off of a Gragas body slam. Those are not reliable engage tools, especially when you're facing a Braum. If you body slam into a Braum, he says, "Thank you. You just gave me a free kill. Thank you. I'm going to Q you, and I'm going to ulti you, and then you're going to die."
It's also Thresh doesn't have a lot of targets. Like, sure, you want to try to hook the Draven, but after that, it's Nefiri. Everybody else who's like, yeah, please bring me closer.
Yeah,
I would love to use this 400,000 damage, true damage bite. It's what it feels like sometimes.
Yeah, just
it's
Divine
like
Thunder, Camille Q. It can get to quadruple digits sometimes.
Oh, I was thinking of the Cho'Gath ult.
Yeah. It can get up there. Yeah, like I've it's like 1.5 sometimes. It's crazy.
Oh, like
it depends on
it starts at 1,000 for minions, but like it, like you'll start at like 500 true damage, and since the change, it's been a while since the change, but you can actually see the threshold where where the bite can kill.
Yeah.
It's get me closer to that Samira, and with Samira, if Samira tries to dive in on that, you cannot what's the ability called that's her version of Wind Wall? It's the Flare. No, it's Blade Whirl. It's you can't stop Cho'Gath ultimate from that. You can't really stop anything from Warwick. The only thing you can stop is Draven. Draven will wait that one auto attack. Maybe Draven's ultimate. That's pretty much the only thing.
Also, They have 7, if I counted correctly, 7 ways to deny Samira of getting into the fight. Cho'Gath knockup, Cho'Gath silence, Warwick fear, Warwick ult, Draven stand aside, and then Braum passive stun and Braum knockup.
Yeah,
How does Samira play these fights? Like, this
this
Samira is
is.
going to be homeless. And she didn't take cleanse, she took barrier.
Oh no!
Oh my god. They also have exhaust. They have 2 exhausts. Thor's
Oh,
Dragon
it's a
also
double
took exhaust.
invade.
And it's a double invade. This is exactly what we're talking about. It's a best of 1. Just do something. Just throw something at the wall and see if it sticks. And it seems both teams are taking advantage of that. But Krug Killas is going to stay in the banana bush. Oh, just kidding. They're going to investigate backwards.
They're on the hunt.
They
Oh, this
smell
is
some
great.
blood. Ooh, they're gonna recall. This could be really awkward timing. But if they stay, if they've done their VOD, if they've done the research, their VOD, they can see that
Oh,
Krug Killas.
okay. Some vision.
Ooh, they're gonna spot out VG. They're gonna spot out Shaz. It's gonna be a hook. It's gonna force a flash away, but Draven does have these axes, and Braum level 1 is one of the best level 1s in the game. Shazbot able to get out with his life, but that burned flash and his potion, and minions have already started to crash. So mid lane is a little bit of a tragedy. However,
And that's gonna be 1 stack already on the Veigar before minions. So
oh, here comes the
sitting
ghost of
pretty happy.
Spectral. The bite is going to push him forward. Cubsy is going to find the hook, and Spectral is going to be low HP, but here comes the Brahmin Draven. This could be absolutely disastrous. Samira already popped the blast plant on accident, clicking away. There goes Cubsy down, and there's the second kill as well. Concussive blows, stacking down Alpha Milk. There's the stun. One more axe will kill him, but it's going to be a flash to save his life. Lock and load, forced to fight as well. No flash being burned there, but half HP. It's going to even up mid lane. He's going to eat a potion, but Shazbot now is feeling a little bit more comfortable because his lane opponent is also chunked for no reason.
Soundwave with 2 kills on the Draven before you go into lane.
2 long swords and a D-blade. And whirling axes. This guy has
very happy.
Yeah. Personally, if I'm Samira, one thing about Samira, she does not have a good laning phase, especially like pre-6, especially if she doesn't have a good engage support to set her up. And she also has very short range. So she's going to be eating a lot of Draven autos. It's not going to be fun. Not fun at all.
Ooh, this is quite the game already. I'm still a little stunned at how well that went for Krug Killas. So yeah, this is already an exciting match, and I'm interested to see how. So I have 4 actually of champions that I play in this game. So I'm excited to see what happens with that. Actually 5. Hold on, because I play Draven as well. Warwick, Draven, Braum, Veigar, and Thresh. So I'm invested in this game just on champions alone. East Phantom is going to destroy Thor's Dragon, forcing out an exhaust.
The exhaust is a choice for this lane. Usually, if you're not using TP, you'd use Ignite against Aatrox because of that base healing. But hey, an exhaust at the end of the combo is going to save some HP. But there goes the flash, and top lane is looking a little bit doomed. I mean, hey,
East
if you can
Phantom
survive... Yeah.
East Phantom was very happy. He's like, oh, both summoners are down. Hey, not Warwick. Hey, Gragas, you want to come up here and get a kill? But Warwick is instead on his way up.
Here comes the howl of the Warwick. The Blood Hunt is going to be going through. Thor's Dragon is going to be spacing it quite well, but he's level 5, and there's a big minion wave that's stacked up. Thor's Dragon's going to be pulled from the Umbral chains. Spectral taking a lot of damage, but there goes the flash after that bite. Is it going to be enough, though? The red buff might be enough. Spectral able to get that low HP passive, shred him down, and that bails Thor's Dragon out of a pretty devastating situation.
That was what Thor's Dragon really needed to get to kind of save that lane, and now it's going to be a lot easier to keep up. You're a little bit down in farm, but having that takedown gold is going to help you keep up. And you're still down. Oh, I mean, you're only down 1 summoner now because the flash was traded. And he chose. Oh, the wave has crashed, so the teleport
Yeah.
isn't used.
It was a
Uh,
really big wave that he is missing there on that death, which is quite
yeah.
unfortunate. But yeah, like you said, he's able to be bailed out. But double longsword coming back from East Phantom, and he is able to take his keep his TP, and so he can maybe start to trade pretty aggressively in this lane, and then use his TP to come back and punish Thor's Dragon's lack of TP. So as much as yes, that is a good kill to have, it didn't even go to the Cho'Gath, and so now as we look, are a full level up, and the wave is bouncing to Aatrox. This is a sad Cho'Gath.
I think what was happening is Thor's Dragon is trying to proc the Grasp of the Undying and just getting a little too aggressive with it, because Aatrox will win those trades every time, like we've seen. Here comes the Gragas to finally pick up this kill.
But Warwick is once again top.
Oh.
Top. Spectral coming in for the counter gank. Gonna land the fear on both of them, but Thor's Dragon does not have any cooldowns to play off of. And Aatrox likes these extended fights. He's gonna find the Q2. The Q3 is not gonna find the sweet spot. So Thor's Dragon is out. Spectral with Ghost is not enough when the Belly Slam has a stun afterwards. And Aatrox finds his first prey in the top lane. And I fear it's only gonna get worse.
Yeah, Spectral is doing everything he can to keep Cho'Gath alive.
But it's a trade towards the bot. The Flay is going to find both, but the Death Sentence is not going to find its match. Going to be able to get out of there alive. Soundwave does have the cleanse, but they're just perma-shoving, and they are unable to get any sort of advantage with this double longsword Draven.
It's a lot cleaner of a lane in the bot lane than I was expecting. I was hoping for a little bit more aggression coming from Draven, especially off of that level 1. But you just wait and just get up some farm, and we're gonna see some plays happening.
Yeah, I think the plays are gonna just continuing to go top. Shazbot finding the ulti and the fear. East Phantom shut down once again, and that's gonna lead to pretty solid crash of the wave towards top.
Yeah,
but
this time
the eyeballs.
Thor's is way healthy to keep up a little bit more pressure. Lots of damage coming in.
Cubsy happening here. Alpha Milk is going to have the body slam canceled and no death sentence to follow up. And here comes Spectral with the Blood Hunt going down. The concussive blows are going to land on Elijah V1. The Blade Swirl is going to be dodging a little bit, but Soundwave doesn't have the flash to be able to find that last auto. Cubsy is able to secure a kill on Braum from the Flay into the death sentence, and here comes Lock and Load. It is the cross-map play that the Fall Guys needed so desperately. Soundwave dropping the axes, no mana to get any more, gets the stun, and there goes the explosive cast to alley-oop into a second kill of Lock and Load. And just like that, the tables have turned, and the gold lead has gone right back into the Fall Guys' hands.
Frames away from being able to walk out of the baby cage, but he could see that barrel coming from a mile away. He had to try something, didn't quite work. And that started because you really wanted to get that kill in Samira and went a little too deep under tower.
Oh, Lock and Load is doing the Veigar V2 build. I love it. You go Fellwinter's first item. It gives you the most mana and the most efficiency of mana in terms of all the mana items after the item nerfs. And then from there, you're able to just get some raw AP, and you are so tanky. You just get a lot of HP.
Just throw Qs and hit champions with abilities, and you'll just get your AP anyway.
And Shazbot is tired of all that AP, but I don't know how successful this is going to be. The ulti is ripped and some damage, but I think he's now realizing that this Veigar is tanky. That is a Fellwinter, not an Archangel's. So without maybe an Ignite and some more items rather than just the Caulfield's Hammer, I don't think this Veigar is really going to die. He's able to just farm. But speaking of dying, here comes the unrelentless pursuit of Spectral, going back to East Phantom, but the lack of healing reduction is going to allow East Phantom to live a little bit longer. Thor's Dragon,
I don't know about that.
Flash auto, and ult to just secure the kill, make sure no shenanigans happen there, and a lot of attention going towards top lane, but I don't really know if this Cho'Gath is your win condition, as bot lane has yet to find any success after the opening 2 kills.
I think part of it, you were trying to trust bot lane to take that level 1 lead, and now it's evened up in the bot lane for that. Take that stun, take this damage, and just walk away. That's an extra 2 ability power for Veigar there as well, and he is Veigar is very happy with this game so far,
But the
especially
bot
with 2
lane
kills.
is going to be roaming into the jungle, finding Spectral. There's the death sentence to secure the kill. A heavy trade towards mid. It's going to force lock and load to maybe fall back a little bit. But with the bot lane supporting, he's going to be feeling a little bit more comfortable. Thor's Dragon, once again, being caught out. Alpha Milk with a great timing. And that bot lane going from the jungle now to the mid lane. Shazbot is going to be found. And there goes the ultimate skin ulti of Elijah V1. Finding another kill. And just like that, Draven is no longer the man with all the gold. It's Samira, and they're looking for more prey. They counter jungle the jungler. They go mid lane and get a kill there, and now they gank their own lane. But is it enough? Because Spectral is here to help out. Lock and Load, though, is also here, but Spectral might have some more damage, might have something else to do, but with no E to get that damage resist, it's not enough. Soundwave is still out of mana as well, and just like that, I think the Fall Guys just might be getting away with the game again.
The patience for on Elijah to wait until the resources were spent on Warwick and then going in Inferno trigger, very solid play. Very happy to see that. They're just and it's not like clawing back. They were just a little bit behind, but now they are looking very happy, very solidly ahead.
Well, and we have to, as much as like the gold lead is massive, 4K up at 11 minutes, you also have to look at the context of it. Samira already at Collector. Draven had a big gold swing at the beginning, but hasn't been able to convert it. And as the game goes on, Draven's job gets harder and harder. As much as the Fall Guys' comp is maybe a little bit harder to deal with it, Draven can't really attack that team if they're going to be fed, like East Phantom is finding. A lot of gold, even though all the attention is going towards it.
Yeah, there's so many resources being spent to help Thor's Dragon stay relevant, but Thor's Dragon is being a little too aggressive because, like, oh, I want the Grasp of the Undying stacks. I don't know about that. You can wait to get tanky. East Phantom will take every chance you get to literally dunk on you.
Yeah, I don't want to be that guy, but I do feel like Krug Killas' job right now is very, very difficult after this gold swing. Warwick is starting to lose his luster. It's, you know, as much as we've talked about how it's really hard to go into Krug Killas comp, if the Fall Guys have an advantage, it's really hard to execute any sort of a comeback play onto their comp. You know, they have a lot of defensive tools of this Thresh, this Veigar Cage, Gragas as a whole, just, you know, distorts any sort of attempt of an engage. And so now, like, they're getting desperate, and once again, that desperation is going to lead them to top. But Spectral is level 7. They might be able to, they're probably going to get this kill, and it is secured, but he's so low level compared to the rest of the team.
Yep, that he's a lot of his power coming from the Primal Howl, being able to take a lot less damage and hitting the Q to stay alive. But very good Jaws of the Beast Q to stick on the East Phantom flashing, which was helped secure the kill, because then you pop the fear, have them run back towards Thor's Dragon. That was really good. And now they are on the grubs.
And it's
Void
gonna be
grubs.
a TP from East Phantom. Gonna maybe try to find a fight here on their way out. Rabbit is low HP, but Gragas knockup, or excuse me, the Cho'Gath knockup is gonna secure that. But bot lane got a full tower. Soundwave and Rabbit just ditched their lane to secure those grubs, which, in my opinion, were already pretty secure. Yeah. And this Draven has Hubris as the first item, but hasn't gotten a kill since a minute 30. Yeah. And it's 14 minutes.
You were strong right at the beginning, and have that extra Draven gold, but what is it amounting to right now? As well as like that one death, losing a bunch of stacks hurts Draven a lot.
And I'm gonna say I don't really know if it's Soundwave's fault. I mean, I'm sure if we looked at the laning phase, we could see, you know, there might have been some mistakes in lane, or maybe they weren't playing as aggressive as they should be, or blah blah blah. But also, like we're seeing on our screen again, this is what, the 6th gank towards top lane, and it just doesn't do anything for their comp. He's actually able to get out, and with the TP from Lock and Load, it's going to be a massacre, a double kill for East Phantom, and the map is in tatters.
I think what we're seeing is that was the final call that shows that East Phantom is now going to be unstoppable, and I don't think Krug Killas has much of a chance anymore of putting a stop to anything. So much was spent to try to keep that lane even and up, but now it's 3K difference between the two.
And how many ganks were there? 5? 6? And you're still down 3K gold? I mean, and that's the thing about, lower level play is when and it's a trap that a lot of people fall into. If you have a lane that's winning and you have a lane that's losing, a lot of people are going to think, oh, I'm going to play around the losing lane so that I have 2 winning lanes. However, there's some lanes that are winning in a winning position that also need resources to continue that winning and that pressure. If Warwick was playing perma bot, Elijah and Cubsy would be down so much gold. And yes, sure, Aatrox might have a big lead, but Cho'Gath is not the way to win the game. It's Draven, and Draven is able to deal with the Aatrox quite well, to be fully honest, just in the way that their champions work. And so now you're finding yourself in the position that Krug Killers are, where they no longer have a winning bot. Their top that they're putting other resources in is also not winning. So who do you play through? You don't have any win condition anymore.
Once again, jumping in onto East Phantom and keeping the pressure on him. Sure, I guess, but Draven's getting some farm in the mid lane with Braum just cleaning up some of the bot lane. Like Braum not being with somebody as a support is also hurting. Cubsy getting a pick.
Soundwave forced to flash away. Elijah able to get some damage in. There goes the Whirling Death, but it's going to be eaten. And there goes the Body Slam to eat away Soundwave. And with the Dragon coming up in about 30 seconds, Samira getting just the full ability of bot jungle as well. Krug Killers have really no avenue other than let's beat up East Phantom once again. Let's see if it'll work. Heartsteel proc is actually going to secure a lot of damage, and Thor's Dragon gets a second kill. But admin.
Heartsteel will help things feel a little bit better. With that Grasp of the Undying, helping just infinitely scale your health, along with your ultimate. But you'll also already eventually get there. Helping the Dravens stay relevant probably would have been the better call. Red team are the Fall Guys. Get their second Drake. They bring the oceans to life. We have the Ocean Soul. That is going to be... We probably won't even get there with how this is going. This is almost a 10K difference. It's about 8K now.
Yeah. I don't expect us to get that far. Hellwinter's being done, or just about to be evolved for Vigar, probably during this trade. Yep, there it is. And also the Rabadon's being fully done, i.e. almost being wrapped up from Samira as well. So these carries that, take a little bit time and are pretty item reliant are now just completely dominating against their opponents. Especially when Draven is going the lethality build. The thing about lethality is the items are really good early game, and they do a lot of really good early damage before people start to get item and resistances naturally through their base scaling. And also they're really cheap. So lethality items are really good for accelerating, but as a scaling item and as a scaling tool, they're not as good as crit. And so this Draven, already lacking gold, is also now lacking damage. This Hubris is not going to really serve that much. Even if this 2v2 was simply just a 2v2 with the level disadvantage and the item disadvantage, it's just never winning. But here comes Spectral. The ulti is going to be canceled from the death sentence, and here comes the spin of Elijah. The exhaust goes out a little bit too late, and she wants more, but here comes Draven. Finally a shutdown, and might even find a second. The concussive blows onto East Phantom are enough. The flash Q3 almost knocks Soundwave out, but the stun is good. The Hubris is able to secure a little bit more damage, and here comes Thor's Dragon. Player that got all those resources trying to 1v1 the support, but with Alpha Mick coming in, there's really nothing to secure.
Yeah, just walk away from that. You got your stacks, just walk away. That very solid play from Draven to just stay alive even through the Inferno trigger of Elijah jumping in. It's actually surprising no kill was made through that ultimate. Uh, so that's the thing about Samira is Inferno trigger, her ultimate is more for cleanup, uh, rather than doing raw damage, because going through and hitting auto Q, auto Q, auto Q is going to be the damage you're trying to get uh, to finish up. Uh, like it does a decent amount of damage, but it's very easy to go in a little too hard with your ultimate and then go, oh wait, I need to reset again. One turret goes down to Shelly. Another turret's going to get hit by Shelly.
Oh my god, and the flash from Shaz, but I actually do think he dies there if that Vigar W lands. But a big chunk from Alpha Milk. He's going to take some damage in return. Rabbit is here to help out as well as the Draven. So they're going to defend the inhibitor tower, but I mean, they're going to start bleeding this mid tier 2 as well. Alpha Milk trying to find some sort of angle with that explosive cast. Does have flash as well to
Draven's
maybe
going
do a...
deep in mid lane all alone.
Oh my god. He actually almost got the kill too, but here comes the death sentence to wrap him down.
Oh no.
The cleanse is not enough either. And we might
you had a
just
chance to come back with that, but
Yeah.
no, going it by yourself with that was not the play.
And there's East Phantom using good old Aatrox, just shutting down Shazbot, the Nefiri, and it's only a matter of time for them to knock down their doors of the Nexus.
Meanwhile, Cho'Gath is throwing the game.
Hey, he got his wave. He got a tower. Objective
You got
bounties.
a tower and a wave, sure, but
pretty good. Oh my god, the double stun. Ooh,
you lost your game.
Well, I don't know if he was here earlier, if that would have changed that much, because I think it was only a matter of time. I think they can just stay and keep playing this Vigar poke, because I don't think Vigar is ever dying. There's the flash body slam from Gragas, not enough to do all of Draven's damage, but enough to do a decent chunk. Elijah V1's the next target. Could be flayed off of him and allowing him to flash away, but here comes the Fury, able to secure a kill, but it's going to be traded away. It's not just a single target. There's a lot of people that you have to kill on the side of the Fall Guys, and East Phantom is one of them. He's gonna run you down and actually leave his boy Lock and Load, his little lassie, to help him out while they try to secure the rest of the team fight on the other side. Soundwave is still alive and is able to secure a kill onto East Phantom. Alpha Milk trying to be a little bit more pesky, try to get a kill, and he's able to get it. Soundwave, and it's only a matter of time for Lock and Load to find the Nefiri, and now it's gonna be some supportal combat as Cubsy tries to fall back to Lock and Load, and he's able to secure that. The dragon spawning now in about 2 seconds. And they might just be able to secure that, I guess, at the end of the day.
All of that extended fight. So 2 inhibitors down on Krug Killas' side. And we're going to get a 3rd Drake for the Fall Guys. It's looking rough. Do you even go for Baron or just... actually, yeah, go Baron, then just run down top and just kill everything on your way to the Nexus.
Yeah, I agree. Go Baron, go top. Maybe have Vigar TP towards the bottom mid waves, so that it's not just a 1-point focus. Because I don't really think that Vigar is in that much of a danger, especially with that Fellwinters. If he's able to play his range in his cage, he can time the waves to sync them with the top waves as well if they are proficient in doing that.
Warwick is looking for a pick.
I don't know if it's possible. And yeah, he's going to assume that's also not possible. But it seems Killas are thinking that this is a place to fight. And honestly, with the amount of damage that they're taking from the Baron, it's definitely possible. Cubsy is going to slow him down with the death sentence. And here comes the cage. But they need to go another way. They're just isolating down one way. Shazbot finds the opening, gets the ulti. The W is going to go through, but it's played away at the last second. He's going to be shut down immediately. Rabbit is trying to get something happening, but it's not enough. Soundwave has had 0 uptime in this fight. Spectral split away from his boys. And it might just be wraps as the waves of the bottom mid inhibitor are starting to knock on the door.
3 super minions are on the Nexus. 1 turret goes down, and East Phantom is on the Nexus. That is going to be the Fall Guys taking 3 wins. Spectral is going to do a little bit to keep him off just a little bit longer before going down. But that is 3-0 in the Swiss rounds for the Fall Guys.
And now it's just
They're going to try to get this kill. They want to kill the Draven.
not enough. It is not enough with that many minions that do a little bit too much damage to the Nexus. But like you said, congratulations to the Fall Guys. Welcome back to the Progenitor League, because you're 3-0 now, it seems, in the October tournament.